Yo, welcome back to another episode of Wake Up with Wops. The Fed cut rates 25 basis points. It is currently Thursday. It's post-FOMC meeting. He did have a little hawkish speech saying that there's probably going to only be one more rate cut when people were thinking there was going to be two rate cuts or three more. But it didn't really do much on the market. We're going to look at it right now, looking at the S&P 500. You can see yesterday was a very volatile day. This candle up and down most of the day, and especially when the Fed was talking. And then today we are up. It is on the upper Bollinger Band. So you could say maybe the market's a little bit extended and maybe we are looking for a pullback coming soon. Let's look at the QQQ. Same thing, even up a little bit more on the upper Bollinger Band. Maybe we see a pullback in the next coming days. Given that, I decided to take some profits with Palantir. Took most off the table and then I moved my stop flat. So we're going to wait into the top of the range, but we're basically mostly out of Palantir. Roblox we're still holding. Snow, same. Let's talk about AMD. Because this wasn't really affected with the Fed news. It was affected with NVIDIA news and Intel. Supposedly NVIDIA is giving like $5 billion to Intel corporations. And that was bad news for AMD. So we gapped down 5%. This was around where my stop loss was at in the morning. So I had to actually cancel my stop loss order. Because I probably thought it was an overreaction. And looking at the chart now, as buyers stepped in. It's looking good. We're still holding AMD. Now I could put my stop back around that area because it kind of invalidated that, kind of showed that area as support. But for now, I'm still holding AMD. I'm liking it for the long term. Took some profits in Meta. We entered here and then we entered again when it was lower, kind of making like a dollar cost average, and then took profits at the top as it's going to show some resistance here. I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back a little bit more and then test that, and then we could enter for that break when it taps it again like the third time around here. BLDR, that's another stock we got to go over. I got stopped out of this stock, guys. Very volatile when the Fed was talking. Look at these. I bought it here thinking it was going to break out, and the next you know it was a pullback for the next couple of days. Then the Fed talked and now we are below all these averages. I do not like it anymore. That's why it's on the lower side of my watch list. I still like the home building sector, so I'm looking at Toll Brothers. It looks a little bit better. Pull back the same, but showing a little bit of support here at breakout level. And then also looking at Nail. We love the home building sector, so we're still going to keep an eye on it. Just BLDR I'm not a fan of that price action at the moment. NVIDIA, it gapped down because there was some news with China yesterday. I'm not in this trade, but if you had have entered into this trade, you could have gotten stopped out with that news. But it bounced back up, and then today with the news with Intel, it is back above the moving averages. VST, we talked about energy looking good. You can see here breaking out of this range. I'm liking that. VRT. For this, we look at ERX, which is the energy fund. This is the energy sector. You can see here above all averages now, 200 SMAs right under there. The 90 EMAs curling up that blue line. If ERX breaks out of this range, I think that energy stocks are going to start ripping. VST, VRT on our watch list. Oklo is also a good one. It's been ripping. Look at that. The one that got away. We're into this trade. We sold before the resistance, but it broke right through, and now it's still going higher. Another one like that is UWMC. We had this earlier in the week, or like a couple of weeks ago. You can see here we entered around there. Target here. It kept going. No, we could have made this into a 4-to-1 trade, but that's looking at hindsight. The one that got away. We're still looking at this as this is finance for mortgage rates. When rates keep getting cut, maybe this will be a good stock to look at. AVAV also looking good. Aero defense. I'm pretty sure you got aerospace and defense. Breaking out of this little range here looks like it's very, very extended right now. So I would wait for a pullback to the moving averages, a little consolidation, and then you could probably enter into AVAV. But that's it for now. A couple stocks we went through. I told you guys about the AMD play, getting stopped out of BLDR, taking some profits in Meta, Palantir. And that's it for now, guys. It's looking good. I still think we're going to wait 2 to 3 more days. Maybe next week we will actually really see the trend from this FOMC meeting. Peace.